we know this is Super Bowl week. Super Bowl coming up on Sunday, and for me, man, I like to speak on my experiences, but you know me, I never played in the Super Bowl. I got to an AFC Championship game. I could talk the heck out that experience. But you know, I ain't never make that, man, to the confetti game. And obviously, you did get a chance to go on one of those runs, man, in 2015. If you could, man, just talk a little bit about what that Super Bowl week was like for you guys back then, man.
Yeah, it was crazy because, you know, both teams are anticipating going to the Super Bowls. You know, those NFC, AFC Championship games are huge, you know, and I was blessed and lucky enough to play in two of them, you know, lose one and win one. But, you know, the Super Bowl week is hectic. But, you know, just being allowed to have that extra week of practice allows your body to heal up. And, I mean, it's game day as usual for the players, you know, besides all the cameras and things. You know, all the guys are kind of used to all that stuff, and the media kind of heckling us to get more information as to who's going to win the game. You know, that's pretty much what it's all about these 2 weeks prior to the game. Getting all this stuff ready for Vegas and, you know, getting the bets right. So see who can really guess the game and the probabilities, I guess, you know. But for the most part, it's business as usual for the players, you know. And, you know, you just got to get used to this doing extra stuff during that time. You know, that was really only the difference.
Well, shoot, the thing that I always laugh at is during this time frame, you start seeing them wacky questions come out. Or you go through the media days and it's like, bro, what are they thinking? How do y'all like stay even like locked in when you got to do that type of stuff? Because that is slightly different, I feel like, than what we typically have to address with our regular open locker room time, you know?
Yeah. It's a lot of obligations, a lot of things that will distract you. But, you know, all the guys are, you know how the season is, Arthur. You know how the season's so long, man. You work so long in the offseason.
Straight grind, bruh.
Yeah, so when you get to that game, you know, everybody's so locked in on the mission, you know, on the objective of getting that win. You know, I mean, it's fun to get a little relaxation of, you know, just the quirky questions sometime, and the people saying, "Oh, who's your favorite celebrity? You think they're going to be at the game?" and this and that. You know, just to build the excitement of the game. You know, just to see the personal experiences. But yeah, but for the most part, you know, just like you and I, you know, the guys are locked in, man. The guys are nothing's really distracting the guys. Everybody's pretty much tunnel vision, locked in, because, you know, you work so long just for that game.
Bro, it's the pinnacle, bro. This is like the dream.
Yeah. And I remember watching my first Super Bowl. I think it was the Rams versus somebody, and I remember watching them win against the Titans. I believe that was my first Super Bowl I really watched fully. When that guy stretched over for that goal line stretch.
Yeah. Was that Dyson?
Yeah. No, Eddie George. Eddie was something. I forgot.
Yeah, dude, I remember that. That was, bro. That was a while. Yeah. That's what, 6th grade, low key. Now that I think about it. Yeah.
Game on turf.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Did someone actually ask you who your favorite celebrity is?
Yeah. There was one person there that asked me something about some movies or whatnot, but there's so many crazy questions.
It's getting stupider and getting way less funny.
Yeah.
The more
it's
time
getting way
goes
less
on.
about football and more about like just things that are trending. You know, it's like there's no telling now.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad and like I was seeing some of it. It's become like too popular and mainstream to see
ask,
who can
like,
ask
crazy
the
questions.
stupidest question.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like everybody's asking the usual, so it's not outlierish enough for people to catch people's eyes.
Oh, the Sirianni's was hilarious. Is this a must-win game?
Oh, Lord.
He just said yes.
Hey, so when I think of some of them questions, what would you say was probably the craziest thing that somebody asked you while you was out there, man?
I didn't get a lot of crazy ones. You know, I'm a corner, so I wasn't that big Pro Bowl guy that they really trying to look to get probably a lot of crazy questions. I'm trying to think of some of the crazy questions because that Super Bowl that I played in Carolina against Denver, it was so long ago.
Yeah, y'all had some characters on y'all squad though, bro.
We did.
Yeah.
We was dancing
offense,
pregame,
defense.
Everybody we had about 30 hands. Everybody had about 30 handshakes all together.
I'm about to say, look, hey, and now that I think about it, that's the same year you got the Josh Norman, Odell, like all that story. Yeah. Y'all had one.
We was a pack, man. We were good. We were very close to the team, man. It was unfortunate that team got broken apart.
Yeah.
But that team was very close, man. Because there was a lot of things that would happen. You know, that happens in the games, individually, one-on-one battles that, you know, a lot of players and teammates don't really see. But, you know, that defense and offense, especially teams, they really fought together. We really fought together, man. It really did.
Nah, without a doubt.
Okay, I have one big question from that game.
Uh-oh. He ain't even warm up to it. He just hopping right into the big question. Lord.
Okay, you go first then. You go first.
I was going to give you a warm-up one. I know.
Go with the warm-up question.
I give him the warm-up one?
Yeah,
all right. I got the warm-up question for you. Night of the game / morning of the game, man. What's that like for you, bro?
Oh yeah, shoot. You know, man, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Because I know you one of them psycho killers anyways. You feel me?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for me, man. Like for me, I have to really be really. I hate night games because you have to wait all day for the game.
Bro, you think about it the whole time. It's the worst.
Yeah. Luckily, we're playing in San Francisco, so the game's gonna be on early no matter what. So it's kind of like still like a 1 o'clock game, 2 o'clock game. It was like 3 o'clock. I just remember the sun kind of setting like real nice out there.
Yeah.
Before the game ended up getting kind of late and towards the end, but night before, man, it's difficult for me, man. Like I have to really be exhausted, like watching something I really don't want to watch. Put myself to sleep around maybe 1, 2 o'clock, and I'll wake up around 6 still. Wake up around 6 just amped and ready. So I'm like, I'm wired for the game, man. I'm the wrong one to be around before the game.
Someone say, "Yo, Rob, chill, bro. You gotta chill, man."
Yeah. I have to IV after my warm up. I have to get an IV.
Oh yeah. You on that time? Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not that I do a lot of running my warm up. I'm just that.
Oh no,
I'm excited about the game.
What were your thoughts going in facing off against Peyton Manning at that time? But at the same time, Denver's got good receivers in Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas. You're probably thinking like, Peyton noodle arm. I don't even know if you can get him the ball. But then you got to go up against these good receivers.
Yeah. But for the most part, as I got towards the tail end of my career, it really wasn't about the receiver because the offense still the receivers have to go to a spot, and the guys have to. It's all about like spacing in the NFL. So towards the tail end of my career, when I watch film, you obviously watch the matchups you have to have in one-on-one matchups. Those are going to be some of your most difficult plays or plays that you're going to be matched up with guys in one-on-one scenarios and zone coverages and whatnot. Which offenses know what you're in for the most part. Those are going to be your most difficult plays, but. Coming into that game, thinking about Peyton Manning and their offense, Peyton Manning had that neck injury that year also, and his arm wasn't as strong. So he didn't get sacked a lot that year, but he was also just tossing the ball literally.
He was really good at faking getting sacked. I don't know if you
exactly.
I just wanted to just throw that out there for the record once again. Yeah, when I think of that 2015 season. Yep. It was a fake sack that might have changed.
Yeah,
the
we should have been in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was thinking. I was like, now that you said that, Rob,
exactly.
we should have been linked up, Rob. Yeah, that was us.
Yep. I think I remember seeing New England play. I remember watching the film in New England and Denver in the AFC Championship, and I was like, man, I just remember one team wasn't really supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just remember watching. I remember watching the game, the divisional game, and like, man, I think there was one team wasn't supposed to be there, but we're really watching it for like film purposes. I wasn't watching the game for like scores but it's like I'm like, man, this team ain't supposed to be here. Denver looked horrible on offense, and it was just crazy how they got into the Super Bowl that season. I mean, their defense put in work
it was insane.
So.
Okay.
But yeah, Peyton Manning, his arm was a just like you said, he wasn't able to throw really pretty much past 40 yards. He wasn't able to throw the deep balls. So everything was short, but he was able to get long plays that season because his corners were sitting, and they were like, oh, his arm's not strong, but he can still toss it enough to where the guys can get yak, and that's how he kind of made his plays that season. So I believe he only passed for 117 yards that Super Bowl. So
yeah, I'm looking at the stats right now. 8.6 QBR. 0 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Bro, what?
141 yards.
Yeah, Deke, man, don't get me sick to my stomach, man. It's like PTSD thinking about that. At halftime, our entire defense, I didn't have a drip of sweat on my jersey.
Son, that is crazy.
Yeah,
I know he played. I knew he wasn't doing nothing. I knew he ain't doing nothing. That's crazy.
They scored their first points really on defense because I think
wasn't Vaughn.
No, I'm looking at the play-by-play. There was a fumble return to the house.
Yeah, we were backed up on that. So Cam ended up fumbling, and what's his name picked it up.
Malik Jackson. Yeah, then it was 10-0 early on.
Yeah, we were reaching early on off of just a turnover. But the thing is, we weren't able to get the ball back. And Coach McDermott told us that from the time we knew we were going to be playing against them. I mean, their defense was literally identical to our defense as compared to stat wise and how they played their aggression and how they got the ball. And like Coach McDermott said, he's like, man, it's going to be on us. It's going to matter what defense is going to win the Super Bowl. We knew what defense was going to win the Super Bowl because the offenses were going to be locked up as they were. But he was like, the team that's going to have the most turnovers this game is going to win the game. He's like, that's going to win the game for us, y'all. We got to get the ball. Like, no matter what's going to happen, like defense, we're going to have to get the ball this game. He's like, whichever defense is going to get that ball more and score with it, though. He said that defense has to score with it that they're going to win the game. And he predicted it. That touchdown had us reaching because we were down by 6 with like 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We were down by 6 points. And we're the number one offense. So we're like, you know what? We good. We're in good hands. We stopped them for a good down. Got the ball back in good position on the field. We like 4-minute offense. You know how 4-minute offense.
Oh yeah, we done. Take the helmet off. We ain't coming back out there.
Exactly.
We done.
Exactly. We can go out there and play 2-minute defense. This guy can't throw more than 20 yards.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Kick them in the back because they weren't able to drive the entire field on us the whole game. They only got the ball over turnovers and were able to get quick scores. So long story short, we had 4 minutes left. Cam made that fumble. We weren't able to get back on it, and they ended up driving back down on a short field and scoring. We were just reaching from there. That 4 minutes felt like an hour, though.
That tees up my big question.
Oh,
Should he
Lord.
foul on the ball?
Oh Lord. Here you go.
Man, I don't speak on that play because you know what? You know why? I really don't. I mean, I can't. From the angles I've seen on the sideline, you know, obviously I'm a defender too. So like me and Arthur,
we different. Yeah.
Yeah, we're wired. We're wired to be like, listen, if my limb goes, if Arthur's running through the A-gap and I can lose my limb for him during that play,
sacrifices were made.
Lose my limb. Yeah, if just to save us for like a tackle for a loss.
Yes.
Like that's our mindset on defense. Sometimes, like, yo, I'll break this finger to be like, it'll save us.
It was worth it.
Down.
Yes, it was worth it. Yes,
it was worth it just for one play, and it could be like the first quarter. You have a whole game still to play, you know. And like, it's hard. Look, I'm not in that position. I'm not playing quarterback. I'm not in that physical position. You know, reaching for that ball at that moment. You know, I can see the bullets from the sideline happening and see everything happening from the sideline, but the speed of the game is different on the field. Like, I feel different sensations on the field as a DB than a receiver feels. Than anybody feels. Like, your position is based off, like, your feeling on the field is different. I never played quarterback, and I don't want to play quarterback. I don't want to say
seriously.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that type of pressure of like a guy like Arthur trying to put his helmet through my ribcage. You know what I'm saying? And it's 4 of them or 5 of them. It could be 6 of them sometimes. So it's like it's hard to say, man. You know, because I mean. Anything could have happened. You know, anything could have happened.
No, without a doubt. Now, I did want to back up a little bit. I heard you talking about your coach during that time frame.
Yeah, Coach McDermott.
Yeah, man. If you could, he sounds real familiar. You talking about the Sean McDermott, that guy, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, you know I love Coach McDermott. I think he's a heck of a coach, man. I agree with you. I agree with you on that, man. I definitely agree with you. Deke isn't too fond of Coach McDermott because where he's currently coaching at, but you know that holds a special place in my heart as well. So I'm a McDermott guy. I'm just throwing that out there.
Nah, that's understandable though. Yeah. You know, Deke, he's true Pittsburgh for life, man. I respect that, man.
That's how it is.
I respect that.
No, absolutely, man. But the last thing I did want to ask you too about that Super Bowl experience specifically, man, if you could just talk about what was the best thing or the one thing that you always hold and you think very fondly of from that experience, whether it was in-game, pre-game, post-game, whatever, just whatever that best memory to you was.
The best memory, even though we lost, just that feeling of, you know, my dad being there when I got back to the hotel. My dad.
Shout out to Pops.
Brother.
Let's go, man.
Yeah, so my dad and my brother being there. You know, my dad always asks about you, Arthur.
Hey, it's always love, man. To say my mom be like, I'm gonna tell my mom today. I'm gonna tell my mom today. Yeah, hey, Mom, Rob was on the show. Oh man, love, right, good dude. Yeah, he was on the show, man. He's still doing good.
But yeah, the most memorable thing for me. I mean, the gimmicky stuff, the stuff you get, the clothes and iPads, all the little stuff you
I
get. You
still
know, you
like them
also got to
headphones
win.
you got too. You know, when I seen you a year ago, I'm like, bruh,
Yeah,
like
the gold
I
ones.
like
Yeah,
them,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Like the
yeah,
gold beats, like, bruh, they
yeah,
fire.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
Damn.
hooked us up. They hooked
they
us up. But,
fire,
you know,
bro. They
you
fire.
want to win. You want to win to really cap off the experience. You know, but we lost. But you know, so the most memorable experience for me out of it all, you know, was even though I broke down when I see my dad, was this having my dad. This a lot. This having my dad there, my
Yeah,
brother there, and my uncle there. Because they were there my entire career from when I was younger, watching me play football.
yeah,
So just them being able to experience it still, you know, just them being able to be there to like comfort me after when I was down. Because you
yeah.
know, I knew after that loss, Arthur, I knew I'm like I'm never gonna play in this game ever again.
Mm.
And I knew, I literally knew.
And
Like
like you
I
said, you
right
didn't.
when
That
that
was your
joint hit
second
zero,
time. That was your second time going about, or excuse me. You had played
first time, yeah, first
yeah,
Super
first
Bowl,
Super Bowl
two NFC,
appearance though. Yeah, excuse me.
yeah. Yeah, so it was like I knew, because you know, as you get towards
Mm-hmm.
part of your career, and you know how how the
Yep.
business works and whatnot, this and that. So I'm like, man, I don't think I'm gonna. It's gonna be hard, but I don't know if it's
Yeah.
even gonna be a possibility in the future, man. It being that close and having a team that good, that was the best chance. You know, you could feel damn near going 16-0 in the regular
Yeah.
season and beating the Cardinals 38-10 in the NFC Championship. Like we breezed through the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
Like we breezed through it, and like you know, you have a feeling of going to the Super Bowl. Like, oh, we're destined to win this, John. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing
But
that I
it's
always think about is how like the last time you guys lost a regular game, like you go these long spans and then you
yeah,
tap into the post and it's like, man, we done won 10 in a row. We done won 11 in a row. Like, what you mean we didn't, we lost
yeah,
what? Like, you
yep,
can't even
yep,
fathom it almost. Absolutely, man.
yeah. So much momentum, man. So much momentum carrying in, man. You think about all these emotions building up, and I was just like, man, it was a great season, man. But I was just thankful that my brother and my dad they were there to experience it with me. You
No, I
know,
like that.
just to experience the moment in the city. You know, I'm a Philly boy, so I don't really know nothing about no San Francisco, but it was cool. San Fran was cool.
We, you know how we could tell you Philly when you hit us with the John. You know how you gotta
Yeah,
get the John up in Philly, man.
yeah. There's some people when I say it, I'm like, man, let me stop saying it. They don't really know what I'm talking about. I'll try to describe certain things. You know, a John is a person, place,
It's
or
a
thing,
noun.
man.
It's a
It's a
noun,
noun.
man. A joint is for the Philly. Joint is for down in VA. He's like, yeah, that joint over there.
Yeah,
It's a noun, baby.
exactly.
Yeah.
They say joint. They say joint a little bit in Baltimore sometimes too.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.